At Witro Wealth Management, they know that financial planning isn't a product, it's a process. It's the integration of your resources with your goals, and it provides scope to the best direction for your finances. Working with Witro Wealth Management certified fiduciary experts, you learn how your money is at work on your behalf while avoiding impulsive decisions, because a hot trend doesn't equate to long-standing security. You can meet with your Witro Wealth Management financial expert as often as necessary to review your finances and adjust to the changes life sends your way. Witro is here to help you towards a successful financial journey. Learn more at witroadvisors.com. Affiliated with Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. 100 East 6 Forks Road, Suite 200, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27609. 919-831-2370.
Guys, we got a full 2 hours here.
Wait, do you have a guest?
I do, at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
That's right, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get him today?
Nope.
Yesterday? Yes.
No, actually, he has not yet gotten them. So he has.
He's still texting. He's trying to confirm right now.
I thought I could just use one of your two.
You cannot.
Can we talk about, like, the rules of this podcast are fairly simple.
Yeah, they're
Like,
finite.
I don't think it's.
First of all, I don't know why you're chatting right now because I always abide by the rules.
When have I not about? Oh, you're saying it has to be one person?
No. So it's like,
Fuck
yeah,
off.
like,
It does not. Not if they're a package deal.
well,
One time you replaced us.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
And it was better, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, that's
Regrettably, it
Yeah.
was our fear.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. No. I think it's interesting that, like, there's specifically 4 microphones. There happen to be 3 hosts, which basic math says there's room
Have
for
I ever told you
a
I could do
guest.
math?
No. So
No.
that's what I'm telling you. Like, so 1 is easier.
Okay.
But you know what? They're going to get half a microphone
Okay.
because all we know
They know each other, so it's
is
fine.
that you have 2 guests. That's all we know.
Yes.
I think, should we
But-
erase this gold?
We're taping this. We're recording this.
We're rolling.
Hi, I'm Matt. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the 419.
We're
Is
taping
a
this.
lukewarm open?
Thanks to our sponsors, Witro Wealth Management and WorkSpring, for their support of the 419. Gretchen, it's your week.
Your week.
Yay! Happy summer, everybody. Oh, this is supposed to not tell a season, but anyway.
Yeah, still summer.
It'll
Yeah,
still be
still
summer.
summer.
This is going to be August.
Okay.
It's been a little bit of a delay since we've done this.
Yeah, it's good to see
We got
your
some-
dumb faces.
Yeah, we took a break from recording, but back at it. Started releasing
Because of the clamor.
That's why we took a break from the
No.
recording.
No, the clamor was for more.
Gotcha. I
That's
gotcha.
the message,
I thought-
remember,
Oh
Kevin?
yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Make sure it's-
I was so
make sure it's in
confused
the
by it.
microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so confused. It was like I was like,
We're
we
doing
took
so
a break.
well, it's like going out of business sale.
Oh, I never understood those, like, permanently going out of business sales. Does it really get people excited?
I do think so. I think people see them.
If it's legit.
People think people do anything for a bargain.
Yeah.
No, but I think, like, there's
You
businesses
buy
that
the
have been.
fixtures like inside the store. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been going out of business. Like, there's furniture stores that have been going out of business for my entire
That's not as great.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point do you see, like, oh, I've seen that going out of business sign the 17th time?
That's right.
I no longer am excited.
Under
about
new
it.
management.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Going out of business again.
well, I can't wait to go to this stop and go. It's be a
Next
vastly
manager fucked it
different
up, too.
transaction than I've previously had. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right.
So it's my guest today. Neither of you know who this is. And shocking, because I broke the rules. I have 2 guests.
Got it.
But it's like a 2 for 1.
All right. We'll take it.
Do they know that they count as one person?
They will. They're hearing it right now.
Okay. From me or from you?
Trying it for the very first time. All right.
Okay, so this is a married couple.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying they're used to sharing, as far as
Okay.
I know.
Got it.
I'm not married, but Matt, don't people that are married share?
Wow. That's too soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I actually felt bad about that the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even want to weigh in on
Have
it,
we met?
actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so these 2 are married. She's an attorney.
Okay.
He used to be a cop,
All right.
police officer.
Got it.
They've abandoned those careers
Okay.
to the benefit of something brand new and totally cool. And I'm so excited for them to talk about it. And the reason I'm excited is because it's alcohol.
All right.
They've started a winery in Toledo called Toledo Share. Come on out.
All right, gang.
The Tuckers.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Kathy, Angel, come around the corner. How are you?
All right.
Now, do you guys know each other?
Yes.
So we are actually neighbors.
Hi. How are you?
Like we are, I mean, and when I
Angel.
say neighbors, I'm not talking about like neighbors like Gretchen and I are neighbors.
Yeah.
Like we are
walk out in the front yard.
houses.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
Why did you never think to invite them on the pod, Kevin?
That doesn't mean
a
I
good
haven't
time
thought
to bring
about
it
it. It just means I don't
Like
like
right
them.
across the street?
No, actually,
Like 4 or 5 houses down.
How about that?
yeah.
Yeah. So why is it his yard is a nightmare, right?
Oh yeah,
Our yard is
man.
And you're both in alcohol businesses now, which is also, is there something going on in that corner?
It might be.
Yeah.
It's any
There's a synergy.
That's exactly right.
Families.
Yeah,
closer.
that's right.
Look, it's the kids.
That's right. Slow down. Mostly because you're hammered. Yeah.
The closer you get to Gretchen, the more you have to drink.
Yeah. My mom lives across the
If
street.
I had a
from her.
nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have a bit of a technical challenge for you guys because there's 2 of you and 1 microphone, but I trust you can handle it.
I'm going to talk the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually
I've already been
believe.
given my orders.
Yeah.
Sure.
I actually believe that there were specific instructions.
Yeah,
that
maybe you and I
would-
should share a microphone.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to talk
So
about
I'm
it.
so excited to have these guys on. I know them individually in their past lives, but have been watching gleefully on social media as they've been expanding and going into this new business. So, and now you're both in all hands on deck, right? You want to tell everyone a little bit about what you guys are doing?
Well, since I'm going to be the one speaking on behalf of Respect. No. So a lot of people don't know this. So Angel is a retired law enforcement officer, but he's been making wine for 15 years.
All right.
A fellow detective of his taught him how to make wine. It was legal, right? No, I'm just joking.
Sure.
But so we have been just doing it for fun. And then more and more people started asking us for it. We were giving it away. And then he retired, and then he spent some time at the mayor's office, and then he decided, well, one, he decided he was making too much wine for me as I was trying to get through law school. And
There's never enough wine to
that's
get
what
through
I
law
told
school.
him. This is how the winery transpired. I was
Yeah.
drinking so much. No, I'm just joking. Man, this is live?
No.
No.
okay.
No.
Yeah.
We can edit this
But
all out.
we're not going to edit anything. Yeah, no, that was great. Yeah.
So, but Angel is a doer. He's a busybody. So he was rearranging the house over and over again. And I said, you know what? We got to keep him busy.
Sure.
Let's start a winery.
That literally, I was getting ready to say, please don't have me change the story if you go in the wrong direction. Because I couldn't even, I was happily retired. I thought I was, about to be a house husband. I used to joke that I was going to be a kept man.
Sure.
And
She's not
she
gonna allow that.
literally looked at me and was like, hey, we were supposed to go somewhere and look at some equipment. And she walked in and was like, this is it. I was like, this is what? She's like, this is our winery. And I was like, oh, so we're doing this.
So where is it? So where is it in your house? Where were you? I mean, was this like a
Like a
set up in the living
bathtub
room?
or in the-
Yeah, right. Like backyard situation?
That's not a great marketing to say you guys
No.
are making bathtub
No,
wine.
that's not.
That never, ever happened. He is way too OCD for that.
No, this was toilet all the way.
My man. Yeah, that's right. Sure.
No, basement. So before, when I started out, the detective, we had done it at his home. He had nurtured me, and I think for almost the first year or two, I exclusively made wine at his home. Then I started buying equipment and doing it at my place, and then when we bought our home, we have a very expansive basement. So I literally took a nice big footprint of that basement, pretty much most of it, and I just started making wine. And when the tanks got bigger and the bottles got more, and we started giving it out more, and before you knew it, people were actually requesting where could they buy it.
How about
How
that?
soon into the process did you think?
Even beyond
could
that,
work?
before that, like I have my second level Psalms certificate, so I know a little bit about this. But you're like, are you a closet chemist? You're OCD now, or do you bake? Like, there's a method to this. Like, what about being a kid made you a cop slash?
Want to become a winemaker.
Yeah.
So I never wanted to be a cop.
Yeah.
I was just somebody who wanted make a difference.
Yeah.
So I tried through any means that would happen and help to make a difference in the community.
Yeah.
That kind of led me to that. And then that's what made the detective. He's like, well, what do you do for fun? Because first responders, they know you can't just do this all the time.
That's
so
right.
in our budding friendship, he was like, what do you do for fun? So I mentioned, the normal stuff. I ride my motorcycle. I like to work out. But then I said, I love to cook.
Sure,
and
there
I
you go.
told him that
Okay.
initially, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef from the time I can remember all the way up to 12. And so I told him that I had been working on baking at that time.
There we go. Yeah.
And that my goal was to make everything on the table. And my wife is happy to be quality control in every single lane. Like we
I picked
both
up a little
love
bit
to
about
eat.
that as we started.
Oh, that was one of the things I fell in love with about her. She's not afraid to eat. She loves to eat. She gives her honest opinion. She's not just going to tell you.
Yeah.
And she's a good baker herself.
Okay.
So her and her sister, so they helped me out with that. So once I told him I wanted to make everything on the table, he said, well, I know how to make wine. You want to learn? And that was my eureka.
Sure.
I was like, and then as I did it, I found out I come from a line of winemakers who I didn't know.
I was going to
Wow.
ask you, dad or mom. Like,
No,
who
I
leaned
found out
into-
like grand and great uncles and back in the day, and then my uncle had to remind me, like, remember when your great grandmother passed, and 5 years later we found that wine. Your uncle made that.
Where are
And
your people
so,
from?
Alabama,
Okay.
More of the South
Okay.
region, but I'm born and raised here in Toledo.
Okay. All right. And mom and dad plugged in. How your dad was, your mom was. How did they plug into?
So mom was one of my people who helped teach me how to cook.
Yeah.
So my great grandmother, learned how to cook from my mother and my
Okay.
great grandmother. So pretty much everything was from scratch.
Sure.
They told me that they were going to make sure that I never went hungry, and that was what the family did, was cook. And that was one of the things that actually kind of led to our name. It's just multiple reasons that led to the name we
I was
chose.
gonna ask, yeah.
But that word in there, share, bringing people together, bringing people to a table. As an officer, I couldn't always bring people together like I wanted to. But one thing that always brought us together was a meal.
Yes, sir.
Anytime we say we
Sure.
cooking, I'm barbecuing, I'm grilling,
Yeah.
we're charcuterieing. Hey, that's not a word, but for the sake of this, that's
It
a
is.
word,
It is
okay?
a
Look at these two faces. Don't worry about it. That's not a sophisticated group at the other end of the
And the
table.
name of the company is Toledo Share, just for people that
Correct.
don't know,
So that was just kind of our motto, our banter. At this point in our careers, we're not interested in getting in any type of competitions to compare our wine to other people's wine, because we made this to share, not to compare. And that's our whole driving factor. We want to share our city. We want to share our love for each other. We want to share our love for wine and food and culinary. So that's why one of that is the mainstay being built into our name.
And Kathy, tell us a little bit about your background and how you decided to join this crazy man in this endeavor.
Well, watching, and I'll tell you when it shifted. So, I spent 5 years getting through law school. I was working as a corporate executive in the banking industry, and I probably have never told you this, but I was gone a lot, and we have 4 kids at home, and so Angel was doing everything with the business, and then I hadn't even gone down to really see all the setup and what he had done over the past few months. I had kind of jumped in and out of it, and then when I went there one weekend, he's like, I'm just going to walk you through everything. And I looked at what he had put together. So
Yeah.
I've been watching him make wine for over a decade. And so when I went in and saw how he built these tanks, how he even made all of our units mobile, because our space isn't huge, but
Interesting.
so he could wheel
Sure.
things into the fermentation room. Like, I looked and I got all these butterflies. I was like, oh my goodness. Like,
I didn't even know we had a basement.
well, at this time, it's definitely out of the basement. But I was looking at the space and I was like, man, this is real. And he's done such an amazing job. And so I started dropping these hints like, man, it would be really great to drink wine for a living. But, you get to a point in time where, we have 4 kids, and I was like, I'm ready to just bet on myself.
Good for
I'm
you.
ready to bet on us and invest in this. And I believe so much in the product. We've had people having our wine for years, and it's a funny story. My mother and I went to France a few months ago, and she loves his wine. But when she went there, we went to a Grand Cru wine tasting where we're tasting all their best wines, and she was flabbergasted. She's like, Angel's wines are good and then some better than this. This is France. She was like, you got something. I was like, I know, Mom. But that's how I'm like, you know what?
Amazing.
Let's go all in.
That's right.
How do you think about making great wine, and, France makes sense, California makes sense. I don't think about Toledo as a place of making great wine.
We're going to change that.
Yeah,
right.
but like
Sourcing grapes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
where
what's
are
that
grapes
about?
coming from?
Yeah.
Like where
Yeah,
does
that's
how do you find?
Without giving up anything that's
I don't think
proprietary.
it's giving up anything. I think that as transparent as you can be is even better for your product, because people want to know what they're getting. So because I started out getting juice, we don't crush. That's a lot bigger operation than what we're ready for at this time. So we get juice.
Okay.
Now, what happens is sometimes is you can't really control how long the grapes have contact with that juice. So you
Yes,
got to
sir.
be careful of the juice you're getting,
Yep.
or be willing to get a cap to put on it yourself. So we get our grapes from Chile, and we also get our grapes from Washington. Those are the grapes that I know about, or our juice, I should say. I don't really know much about other juices. As we grow, I will probably expand and experiment with. So no, the juice isn't coming from Ohio. It's coming from Washington and Chile. What we do is we manufacture it here. We make it here. And I put my own little spin on it. We put our own little twist on it that we feel is natural to us as Toledoans and Midwesterners.
It's not any different. I mean, I know more about the beer space than I do the wine, but like breweries in Toledo, some of them are going from raw hops and some of them are using an extract, which is, sort of what you're doing. It's saying, hey, let's just start with the liquid rather than make it ourselves, which makes sense and probably easier to transport.
How many varietals are you producing now?
How many who?
Varietals. How
Oh,
many?
varietals. Well, right now, too many. It's
Sure.
very hard.
Not
to
enough.
See, and that's the dynamic.
Yeah.
That's right.
Eight, yes.
8, wow.
But that's too many right now. So what we're going to do is restructure a little bit. And what I mean by is, it's not that it's too many. I guess I should restructure that comment. To try to make them all readily available
Yeah.
when you can only make so much, that's the difficult part. So we will have some batches that stay limited. And those are necessarily the ones that are just literally limited, that we only made so many of these. We will also have our general Toledo Share that we want to make sure is available every day. And then we have our blue label. That's when, hey, I got somebody I want to impress. Do you have something that is a little higher quality, something that we can really like sink our teeth into, something that's a little deeper? Then we have that. So yes, it's not that 8 is too many, but for what I am the dreamer. Kathy's more realistic in a lot of areas. And I thought I could keep up for everybody. No, I can't.
Are you
Not
guys
right
the
now.
only two? Are you guys the 2 employees right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you've got 4 children. We'll get back to them. You never pick a favorite child, but between the 2 of you, do you have a favorite product in between you two that's your favorite thing that you produce? You each probably have one, or is it the same that's your favorite?
So
They're all great.
We're talking about their children right now, right?
That's right.
Okay.
You're joking, right?
Wine.
Because I will choose one. No, I'm joking. You know what? So it depends, because what we were talking about earlier is we're starting new. So all we can do is predict what will happen in the market, and our product has done pretty well in the market. So we were like, we may have to do more short runs than staples that are going to stay in our collection. So I say that because it usually depends on the collection that we do, which one that I like the best out of that,
Okay.
because I do love them all. And right now, interestingly enough, my favorite is our Toledo Share White Blend. So I had never...
Who she told me I was crazy for even making it.
So he says, I want to make a white blend. And I drink a lot of
I
wine.
want to sit in on these staff meetings. I think it
Yeah.
would be very interesting.
Oh, that's an
I love
understatement.
that. Yeah, I'd love that if you refer to it as a staff meeting.
Oh, man, somebody's going to be like, time out, we're married again.
That's right.
So he wanted to do a white blend. And I go, I've had a lot of wine. I've never had a white blend. I don't think people are going to buy a white blend. That's just different. He's like, no, I'm telling you, it'll be good. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
So he made it, and we're talking about 8 varietals in this collection. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I
love
like the white blend the best. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
good.
the cook part. The
Sure.
chef, the wannabe chef in me.
Yeah.
I love blending things and Catherine will tell you, like, she can never just say, I want some lemonade, or like, oh, I want a grilled cheese. Like, I'm always going to be extra.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just, and I'm not traditionally a white wine drinker, although you're starting to bring me in.
Summertime, you need a white wine.
Summer, yeah, really cold.
So I needed something that would wow me.
Yeah.
And the only way I could really get fully excited was to figure out how to create something a little elevated with a blend.
All right.
That excited me to move forward with the regular varietals, as far as the single varietals.
Okay.
And I had fun doing it, and I'm glad it worked out, because trust me, if it didn't, I would have been in trouble.
How small of an amount, this may be a stupid question, but how small of an amount can you
consume in
make?
one sitting?
Right. Can you make to test it before you know, like take the white blend, to know that you want to make a bigger batch and bottle it?
I mean, it just really depends on how many different varieties of that I want to do. I could do something as small as 8 ounce, depending on what I want to do, to 1 gallon, to 6 gallons, to 14 gallons. I really won't go past the 14 gallons in a testing phase, because that's a lot of wine.
Absolutely.
But I've done them as small as 8 ounces, and I've done it as big as the 14 gallons.
Making a product is one thing.
And that's just the tester,
Right,
not the actual one. Okay.
So making a product is one thing, but like then opening up a space is different, right? So having a shop, a bar, a place for people to come and enjoy. What were the things that inspired you guys to want to, not just make wine that you can sell at the grocery store or sell online or do whatever you can, but to like have your own space? And then what are the places that made you go, and when we make this space, I want it to be like this?
That is 100% my wife.
I had a dream. I had a dream. I actually did have a dream. But we talked about, so at first, conceptually about 3 years ago, we just wanted to do manufacturing, no brick and mortar.
Sure.
And we wanted to be, and we weren't entirely sure where we wanted to be, but the more we started leaning towards downtown Toledo, we started discovering that now, anyone can prove me wrong, no one has yet, but there hasn't been a wine manufacturing company in downtown Toledo since the 1800s. And so, honestly, from a market perspective, it would make sense to have a place where people can gather and where we can begin to create a wine culture, because you do have other places that have like bottle shops and wineries where they're
People
serving
love it,
wine.
Matt and I
and
used
so
to go to that place. Remember that place that was downtown years ago? It was so great. I don't know what happened to it.
It was a terrible time. I had a terrible time with her.
It was a corner spot,
Yeah, it was
right?
that
I remember
corner,
that.
yeah.
So, and one of the reasons we did this, the biggest reason, is we were having gatherings at our home.
Yeah.
And people had so
they were
much fun.
trashing
In
your
fact,
house.
they never wanted to leave.
Sure.
But we saw these people making connections, and
Yeah.
it was like, man, it would be great to have a space that's not in our house, where people from all over can come and connect and socialize over wine. And so downtown is the place to do it. We love Toledo.
Yeah, same.
It's called Toledo Share. So
Yeah, right.
we should be in
Right,
downtown
right.
Toledo, headlining downtown with wine. And then so we just went on that journey to say, okay, now what does this look like? Because there are a lot of legal hoops to jump through.
So I do have to say this. Catherine is not giving herself enough credit, because if it was left up to me, I would still be making wine in the basement.
Sure.
She really wanted to quit her job.
It was her who saw this as a business.
Yeah, right.
So we didn't just sit down together one day and say, oh, this should be a business. Like, she really worked at convincing me why this would work. She made connections. She made sure she gave the wine out that I was just making for fun as gifts, to even to UN delegates, to Congress and individuals from Congress, to business owners, to friends. In fact, so she made sure she got it out there to show me, after probably a few years of doing it like that, to know we really have something here. She diligently put her time and effort into the fact that, no, we have something here and you can do this. So you left that part out to be a little more collaborative, I'm not sure, but I have to give her flowers on this.
Well, I want to ask you, the both of you, and to probably elaborate on that. I mean, there's always a barrier for wine in terms of appealing elitist to some, right? It was a symbol of class. It's not approachable, right, to some. And I mean, you are breaking down multiple barriers here. This is not a TV show, so some people may not know. I mean, you are people of color, and this is a unique and something to be celebrated, right? So when you're talking about sharing,
Yes.
This is significant. So at the risk of sort of teeing up as a white guy who loves wine and
I didn't know he was a white guy.
He's
white?
That's right. We're all finding out for the first time.
I think our
I'm sort of a
listeners knew.
white blend.
I'll never think of that wine the same
You'll
again.
never drink it again.
Like, I'm only red now. I'm only on red.
It immediately feels car sick when you drink your beloved wine. So I'm sorry for ruining that for your family.
You're going to get sued across the board.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
We have other guests coming on, right? I'm going to get rid of this. So I do want to talk a little bit about sort of the approachability of it, the education of it. That's one of the things that made me excited about it, candidly, as a kid who started out as a busboy in the hospitality business that then wanted to become, like a real professional. That's so I started, studying this. So a little bit on your path. I don't know if it's an obligation or something that you champion, but I think it's important. Can you talk a little bit about making wine approachable to everybody?
Yeah, so I'll give some examples, then I'll let you chime in. So there are a lot of barriers in different industries in general, but wine is one of them, a big one. Less than 1% of wineries in the country are minority owned, Black owned, particularly less than 5% are women owned. And unless things have changed in the past 6-7 months, we would be the only Black owned wine manufacturing company in the entire state of Ohio.
I believe it.
And so there are a lot of barriers in the industry, but that's one of the reasons we wanted to do this, is somebody's got to be the first.
That's right.
You know a lot about that, babe. And somebody has to just take the leap because it's scary.
Yes.
You don't know what to do. It costs money that you don't have, but we want to blaze a trail. So that's that, and you can add to that. But the other thing, too, is the approachability that you mentioned. Yeah. So, and I'll give you some examples. We did a wine tasting at Monet's. And most of the individuals that we went with, they said they prefer sweet wine. And we don't really make sweet wine. So we had people coming up and they kept saying, "Oh, do you have sweet wine?" And we said, "No, but how about you try this?"
Did you think, no, you idiot? Or did you just think no?
No, a lot of people make sweet wine in Ohio and
the
in Michigan.
grapes are young.
Yes,
so
yes.
Is that like ice wine?
No.
I'm not gonna answer.
Guys, you don't have to listen to her. I'm glad she brought you.
We can go deep into this.
Yeah.
But so when you talk about approachability, they said, "Well,
That's
I don't
right.
drink wine," but they see us serving it, and I'm like, "Look, why don't you just try this?"
Yeah.
And they try it. We couldn't believe it. We cleared the shelves at Monet's, and none of our wine was sweet. But they were saying they were having an experience.
That's right.
That this one lady said, "You guys are changing my life
And there's
right
a
now."
trust. There's a trust that they develop in you as you
Yes.
kind of walk them through it. I know that sounds like crummy, but even you're tasting something with a friend or in your basement, and even if they don't like something, that's okay, because you're like, if you don't like this, I can move you into this. Like it,
100%.
you get to own that experience, and you create something that is alive, right? You birth it.
We literally just talked about
You
this.
birth
Yes.
it,
Yeah.
and it has a lifespan, it has a shelf life, and then it perishes. I mean, I know that seems trite, but you are creating, and it has a window when it's the best, and then it doesn't. But that is still something that you've made
Yeah,
that
it's
lives.
amazing. I love the connection between the local businesses too. I mean, doing it at
100%.
Monet's and having that partnership with them and them selling it, that's amazing.
I think I cut you off, but that's important that you can do from that barrier breaking down, exponential or experiencing, introducing people. Please.
And I want to say, too, one of the things that creates barriers are sometimes lack of exposure to things, right? And so wine is amazing because wine is about the experience. Yes, it is about the product, and he makes an amazing product. But I think what makes us unique as a company, as business owners, is we can provide a unique experience for people that can help them feel, that can help remove a barrier. So now they're willing to try more different wines.
That's
and
right.
a lot of social connections and ties happen over wine. I
Yes.
mean, we've had
It's just the beginning of time.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And in fact, it's the oldest wine, or it's the oldest beverage ever. And let's not forget that Jesus
I
turned
was just
water
gonna
into
say,
wine. He was
Jesus.
the ultimate winemaker. I'm just saying.
So, piggybacking on all of that, I'll just add the accessibility part. Kathy loves social justice. Clearly, I was community oriented. So we won it from that part. But she had a meeting with one of the McBride sisters, and I wasn't privy on this meeting. But one thing I remember you saying when you came back is she said, "Enjoy this phase. Enjoy being local. Enjoy being regional, because this is going to be the best part." So we want to make sure we're accessible for as long as we're able. We don't want it to hinder our scaling up, and we know that there will come a day where we're not as accessible. But while we are, we want to soak that up.
Sure.
We want to enjoy that, kind of like how parents enjoy their kids when they're kids before they become empty nesters. We want to make sure that we spend many years enjoying, and that's another reason why I'm glad we're downtown, because people get to stop in on us. They get to tour our small manufacturing facility and say, "Wow, they make this here."
We'll talk about the space. We didn't get to that. So, you've selected a space.
Yes.
So where is it going to be? What's the timeline?
Oh, now where is it? It's there.
Oh, it's there now.
We're in it.
not know
Yes.
You can tell the depth of preparedness that she does for the. Yeah.
Yes, we're in it. It's 23 North Huron.
Okay.
I don't know if you know where Huron Street Studios
the
is.
glass
Glass
blowing.
blowing. Yes, we're right behind that. Remember where Bucci Mama
Yes.
Kabucha used to be?
Yeah.
So we're in that space.
Nice.
Right across from the main entrance of the Mud Hen Stadium.
Correct. And we were able, and in the old Oaken building too, we got,
Yeah.
we took part of that as well. So
And they've just renovated that Oaken building, and it's going to be apartments or condos or something, right?
yes, and retail, as well as there is going to be a beer garden. I don't know if that's what it's
Like
technically
in the alley
called.
that way.
Well, no, they're going to actually tear that whole dock area down.
Oh,
You know
nice.
how the dock area comes way off the street?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
there's those docks. They're going to tear all that down, level it. They're going to put plots for food trucks in. It's going to be
Nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then that alleyway, the bar and grill, that's going to either reopen or turn into something else. And so there'll be access there. And that's literally the
Cool.
wall of our
Yeah.
building.
That's great.
Yes.
awesome.
So how did you guys meet?
Yeah.
So Angel and I met at a protein shake shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a great story. So I came in, and just to give you the backstory, I was like fresh out of a divorce, and I was like, I am never going to date ever again. I'm going to be single forever. Had 2 small kids, and I walked in, and he turns around. So I met him in Oregon. So
Okay.
he turns around and says, "Oh, hey, did you do your daughter's hair?" And I go, "No." But then he turned back around, and I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yes, I did.
And then
Were you an officer at this point?
Yes.
yeah, he was, and he was in like plain clothes
I
with
was
like the
working on
gun
the DART
holster.
Okay.
At the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I felt like I was watching an episode of like CSI Miami. I was like, oh. So anyways, but he turns around and but then he says, he introduces himself and he goes, and I go, okay. He's like, I'm Angel. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm Kathy. And we're shaking hands. He's like, I know what you're thinking. I go, what am I thinking? He's like,
I'm hot.
He's like, you didn't know there was a black cop in Oregon, did you? I was like, that is exactly what I was thinking. I've worked here for like 8 years, and I've seen a lot of cops because they're everywhere, and I have never seen you. And so we actually got to know each other for a few years. We're friends, got to know one another. He had never been married before.
Yeah.
And in fact, ran from me for like 2
2
years.
years.
And I chased him down, threw him over my shoulder, and I was like, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
That sounds to be pretty consistent here, Angel. That
Yes.
like you were comfortable
Yeah.
in your life. You were comfortable making wine in the basement.
In the basement.
No, Angel, when you bought
I
that,
had my own
Kathy's like,
condo.
nope.
My
Yeah.
kids were grown.
Nope,
I had my
none of this.
motorcycles,
Yeah.
my truck, and then she just came and just kicked my whole door in.
Sounds like our lives.
Worth it.
Yeah,
Worth
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
And
100%.
then you had 2 kids together.
Correct.
Yes.
And what are the ages? What's the age range for the kids
All of them or
Yeah.
the ones in the house?
in the house?
In the house.
Let's do all of them.
14, 13, 6, then 3 who will be turning 4 next month.
Okay.
And what is their involvement? What is their participation? Obviously, they can't test the wine.
So the
Yet.
older 2 teenagers love coming down helping us clean the building.
Yeah.
They like, oh, the restroom was finished. So they're like, oh, can we go down and clean that? Or, hey, can we
nice.
help you on deliveries? Or
Hey,
can
wow.
I do that? Or, and our
God, my
14-year-old,
kids are
she helps
deadbeats.
with the social media.
Okay.
content.
Nice.
It's a family. This is a family affair.
Oh, yeah.
The 4-year-old doesn't want to do anything but tell me I need to go to work. And the
It's her
3-year-old
business.
likes to, no, the 3-year-old, the 6-year-old likes to tell me I need to leave and go to work. But the 3-year-old, yeah, that's her. When you
said-
go into my business.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how she said. And she purposely says it like that.
Yeah, sure.
Because
say
she
it like
doesn't
that.
talk like that any other time.
No.
When she's talking about our business, she's like, when you going down to my business?
She does say that like that.
That is
She'll
awesome.
take over one day, maybe.
I got to ask, I want to go back a little bit. So, Kathy, you mentioned something, and I think it's a story that maybe I don't know that other folks around the table may, but you said when you were talking about being the first Black-owned winery in Ohio, you sort of referenced to Angel that he's used to being the first at things.
Yes.
There's a story there that I just have to ask, like, what's the story behind that?
There was just a couple first. I was the first and only for probably a while. I'm sure not anymore. The first and only African American officer at the Oregon Police Department. I actually did the video in this space. I was the first patrolman, I think, to get the mental health first responder of the year award
that?
back in was that 2020? And then I was the first. Brian and I, as a duo, were the first African American males to be in the deputy director and the safety director role for the city.
How about that?
And now I get to add
First,
winemaker.
right?
Yeah.
And only.
Just a natural progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a career in law enforcement, like I'm
just how it goes.
I'm going
Yeah.
straight to alcohol.
It's
That's
funny.
what
I'm bringing way more people together in this role.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
just at a wine tasting. It was so funny because when he walked in, as I was doing the wine tasting, he walked in and everybody was like so excited to see him. And I kind of giggled because we had a couple months had a conversation. He's like, man, making wine is really nice. He goes, I remember when I used to show up and nobody wanted to see me. He's like, most people hated
And
me.
I
He's
was
like,
leaving with just one person usually.
It was the handcuffs that did
Or if
it.
they waved at me, it was with one finger.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, everybody loves
Exactly.
me now. They cheer when I come into the room.
Yeah.
Totally different vibe.
So is there another house that makes wine that you like? If you're walking through or a region, Chilean wine sounds like it might be something that's a favorite, I assume, because that was your pick. But is there another region that right now you're
I
drinking?
love Washington. I think right now my favorite region is Washington right
Okay.
now. But the thing about Kathy and I is a lot of times people think because we make wine, we don't like other people's wine, and we love other people's wine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Every time she introduces me to wine from France, I'm amazed. Keep in mind, her mother, as brutally honest as she is, she's still going to be a little biased towards me.
Sure.
So I appreciate her even saying it was on par with theirs. But I love France's wine. I haven't got to dabble in Italy's wine yet, but my wife keeps hinting that she
Sure.
wants to
Go to Italy
Do some
Yeah.
exploration.
and drink wine with every
Yes.
meal. It's
Yeah.
like water there.
Yeah.
So no, right now, the only real thing I could think of is how much I like the Chilean region, the Washington, who is pulled ahead for me right now.
Okay.
And of course France. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I mean, obviously, you guys are a part of, building downtown Toledo. Thinking about, growing up in Toledo and sort of where it was, where it's going. What are your hopes for downtown Toledo? What are your hopes for the region?
So I have this dream and vision that someday, whether it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now, or maybe 2 years from now, I don't know, that when someone goes to the Finger Lakes region or goes to Napa, that they say, man, this wine is really good. But you know what? There's this place in Toledo,
Sure.
in Ohio called Toledo, and their wine there is really good.
Yeah.
So I have this vision that we can create a wine culture collaboratively downtown where we can produce really great wines. And if there are any winemakers who decide that they want to take the journey, we are doing this all on our own, and it is very difficult
Yes.
because of the landmines that you get into when it comes to alcohol. It's highly, highly regulated by every level of government, and we would love at some point in time to be able to be mentors and help, because the more wine companies and wine manufacturers that are around them where it becomes a region. So that is what I would see for us as just a wine culture. But I love what's happening in downtown Toledo. More people are coming down, more people are hanging out, more people are moving and living there. And so for us, I would love our place to be a staple where people can go, have an experience,
Sure.
get a tour, and hopefully at some point in time expand. You see, I'm always the one who's like, what are we doing next?
I think there's something to that too, because clearly both of us all in. We're not pulling in the salaries that we were pulling in before this. And you would think with the salaries we were pulling in, we would just be like, oh my God. And every single day this woman gets up and is like, I am happier than I've ever been.
Yeah, good for you.
You know, I think we are in a place to where this is what we want to do. This is why we're here. She and I would like to eventually mentor one day, because without a little bit of mentorship of our own, and you know, because you've been part of some of that, we wouldn't be right here. So absolutely, we're Team Toledo all day long.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
It's
That's
so
awesome.
amazing to be living out, your idea.
Man.
And really what you want to be doing. My family and I started a business 30 years ago now, but we still talk about, like, when months come up or anniversaries come up, about the work we did in the beginning and working together as a family, and just that the entrepreneurial spirit that you're enlisting and putting into your family and your children. They're going to be just like you. They're going to want to work for themselves and have their ideas and use their creativity. It's truly amazing. So, right, congratulations. It's remarkable.
And I have so much respect for business owners. For so many years, working as a banker, I was on the other end, help telling businesses what would be good for them. And it's so funny being on the other side. I was like, I knew what I was talking about from an expertise perspective. I'm air quoting, but I'm like, man, when you're actually sitting in the seat, all of this is like trial by fire. Let me tell you.
I also think
Fires out, fires in.
year 2
Yeah.
and 3, right, is where you
Yes.
earn it, because opening something is exciting.
Yeah.
But once you have it, start tweak it and you start grinding out, the sort of the honeymoon period is over. Like, woof. We have to reinvent the wheel a little bit, figure out what isn't working, be critical of something that you potentially loved or were sure that was going to be right before. That's where the lasting, sustainable.
Does he have a bug in our house?
You know what I mean? That's where you earn it, right?
Yes.
You can have all the talent in the world, which you clearly do, but man, keeping it going, that next rung up is so difficult.
And rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is something you guys do outside of work, outside of your dream building with the kids? What's something you guys like to do in Toledo together? Or if you guys are just going out together, what do you like to do?
Yeah, what does downtime look like?
Ooh. Well, with the kids, we're all over the place. Kathy likes the botanical garden, sometimes the zoo, just anything to get the kids out the house and get a
And tire them out.
quality time.
Sure.
Their new favorite thing is going to a Rita's Frozen Custard. I think that's
Another
my
new
mom's
business.
and I too.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Kennards, yep.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is pretty.
Is it good?
Pretty good.
I haven't been
It
yet.
is really
It's right
good.
on the corner for our listeners, Central and Pennsylvania.
All right.
Absolutely, yes.
It's a Clyde, and I can't remember his wife's name.
Stephanie.
Stephanie Kennard opened a. It's a franchise, I think.
Yes.
Ice cream, custard,
Yes.
slushy kind of things, but
Yeah,
confection.
that's the
place.
kids'
Cool.
new
looks
favorite
darling.
thing. Oh yeah, they love it, and so does
Yeah.
my mother. As far as us, I'll let you take that one, babe, because I enjoy our date nights.
And I would say too, just with the kids as well, we like doing stuff with them. I mean, there's 4 kids. So when you take 4 kids out in public, you better be ready.
That's right.
So there are also stuff like we make dinner and stuff together. We play games, we watch movies.
Yeah.
To me, that's my happy place.
Yeah.
When this is a little stressful going out in public, but we definitely do it. Angel and I really work hard to carve out time for ourselves. So
Sure.
we have our date nights. We love going to Toll House. We're there all the time. We love going to some of our favorite restaurants. Some of them are starting to serve our wine, which is exciting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
How do you go on a date night and not talk about the company?
Oh, all we talk about is the company.
Yeah. There's like another staff meeting, and I guess dinner will be served.
So we went out on a
close
I
to
date
mean,
you
look,
are
night.
if you can
divorced.
if you
Let's
can
ask
write
that.
off date nights,
Yeah,
I mean that
that's
sounds
right.
There you
great.
go.
That's exactly
Well,
right.
so we went on a date night and swore we were not go. This was a date night.
Yeah.
We talked business so much on that date night, but we had fun doing it. We took
Sure.
a little picture. We ordered our own wine.
Yeah.
We took pictures with it. We discussed how this would be. When the check came, Kathy was like, now you know what, because I scanned the receipts for business. She's like, now you know we need to go ahead. This is a business dinner. We didn't do no date night at all.
Yeah.
It is nonstop.
Sure.
Yeah, I asked Angela Lucas about this because her and Will have had businesses together forever, and she just said, she's like, at the beginning, she's like, you're going to talk about business. It's a interesting dynamic because I mean, him and I are very different in how we approach business. He is like a steward and of resources, of business, of quality, and I am like an aggressive salesperson. So I'll be like, yeah, we're going to sell 50 cases. He'll be like, don't be promising people something before you tell me.
Yeah.
So there is like a middle ground that we're still working through, but every single day we're talking about over coffee. We're trying to talk
Seems like
through
a
it.
good balance.
This is the Queen of the
personality-wise.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that series, this is the Queen of the South.
He calls me
Or
Big Niche. I'm like-
because she just go for it, and then I got to come back and say,
You're like, I have to make this wine.
this is right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be like, I booked 4 events. He's like, what do you need? I'll be like, I'll let you know a couple days before. And he was a planner, so he
Sure.
wants to know.
I know.
Yeah.
He is.
He has charts and calendars and graphs and like
is a
red
planner.
strings attached to things on a
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't like plans.
Yeah.
So it is
Yeah,
a
they're exhausting. Thank you.
They are.
Yeah, right.
Just thinking about them, it is a very unique
Yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah.
But it works out just like it works out in our
It
marriage.
does work out.
It's kind of fun.
I think it's that jump into entrepreneurship, right? That first step, like you go from working somewhere where I think, you guys are probably, you strike me as both people that sort of took work home, right? Even though at the bank, I know like banking hours are rigid, right? Like if you're working in an actual branch, you have to leave at this time because security says we're shutting it down. You got to go. But that doesn't mean you're not still thinking about it. But now that you're working for yourselves, what are the guardrails that you guys have put in place to make sure that it's not a 24/7, 365 job that you sort of can say, nope, we're not going to work today. We're not going to work tonight.
I think realistically, I should say, we felt it was unrealistic to think we could pick a whole day.
Sure.
Because something, you don't know what's going to come up. But what we do is we pick times. If we're going to sit down with the family and we're going to fire up the grill, then that's what we're doing for right now. If we're going to watch this movie, then that's what we're doing right now. If we're going to sit here and just take the next 20 minutes and have a cup of coffee, that's what we're doing. So I think for me, we've done a good job at implementing. When we're doing this is what we're doing. Any other time, if something comes up and it's important, it's fine. And I think we've done a good job at saying what can be tabled, what needs to be addressed right now.
That's tough. Good for you.
Yeah.
You guys should start hanging out with the Mullins because Kevin is an entrepreneur through and through. I mean, this man has ideas, and a lot of them he makes happen. So you guys share that personality trait, I think.
Yeah, but their ideas are.
Theirs are good.
They're good ones.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I mean,
that's an
I
important
always try not to
distinction.
put a
I don't
value
know that fire
judgment on it.
that fire truck of yours. Whoa,
Right.
that's pretty nice.
His
know what?
business, I mean,
That fire truck's not going to be good until it's serving wine.
that's true.
So I have
Nice, there's taps.
once we have served wine off the fire truck. up
Maybe
in
we get
Michigan.
some wine
Get
slushies
those- get
going.
the-
There we go, there we go.
Let's get the slush
Get those
machine on
gallons
there.
Can you do it in the
things
Metro
going.
Park?
There you go.
Even
Say
better.
less.
And Gretchen, you can represent us in court when we get in trouble for
DUIs,
it.
Yeah.
419
Yeah.
297.
And a totally symbiotic relationship, and we've come full circle. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, my goodness.
speaking of DUIs, just briefly, I was just wondering about this.
Christ.
Oh,
what do you
wait. What you
I love
bring
where this is
on?
going.
You bring on
Yeah.
not just one guest, but
I
two
like
guests.
to be well-rounded.
You
Yeah.
bring on two of your good friends that have opened a winery in downtown Toledo.
I'm following.
That we want to be super excited and supportive of. And then the transition you choose is, speaking of DUIs.
Well, this is an ex-cop, all right? I
wasn't really going to talk about people driving drunk, which of course they don't do, but about how do you balance even just your, you own a wine company.
Yes.
How do you balance your own personal consumption? Like, how are you gauging that? Is that a concern? Is that a dumb question?
I wish.
For
I-
me,
I-
it's an experience.
Yeah.
So I don't drink wine just to drink it because it's available. I want to
You have a lot available.
Right. I want to have an experience when I do it. So I either want to have something that people think, oh, that wine shouldn't go with that dish. Well, let me see how it goes together.
Yeah, right.
Or I just made something really fancy. I'm treating myself. Or we made a charcuterie board. Or it's just been that kind of night.
Yeah.
Let's have
Yeah.
a glass of wine together. Or it's been that kind of night. So for me, it's the experience. It's not about just consumption. So I don't think for me, it's not an issue.
Okay.
Now, my wife, on the other hand, I'm just
I love your social media.
Well,
Yeah,
let
the
me
social
poor
media's good.
decisions.
let me Pour.
nailed
Let
it.
me first say he is not a big drinker. He's never has been. So he honestly does not drink barely any of the wine. I mean, he will enjoy a glass, but he will not usually take, like if he drinks 2 glasses, I'm like, wow, okay, we're in
It's
this
on.
together.
Right,
Right. So I'll answer this in my persona and then like who I actually am behind the scenes. So I joke a lot because I do like to taste the wine and drink the wine, and it is readily available. I especially love when I can drink it right out of the tank. I just got to learn how to work the tanks. He's rigged them so I can't open them when I want to.
Yeah.
There are all these passcodes on it.
That's right.
He knows me well. But in all reality, I think it's probably, you know how like if you're cooking and you know when you're cooking for a few hours, then you don't always
eat it.
want the wine.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like a
that's
similar
true.
thing. When you're around, like even yesterday, we were in the winery all day, and I do like to have a glass when I go in there, but it's like you're around wine for like 8 hours. You're just like, you don't want any wine. So
Yeah, I said, baby, you want a glass? She said, sure. She took a couple sips and was,
it's like,
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah.
but I do enjoy a lot of the wine, just to let you know. And if I need your services, I'll.
Okay, please
You're
do.
on my speed dial.
Please do.
I remember one of your kind of early social media videos that like I'm gonna try and describe this the best I can on a podcast. So I'm gonna do it poorly, no pun intended.
P-O-U-R.
But
She just said that.
I know.
right.
That's why it was funny because I said it again.
Yeah. It always is.
So, on the frame, right,
Yeah.
in the video, you see Kathy sitting there with a glass of wine and someone's pouring. And she's sitting
I
there.
don't think I've seen this one.
She's sitting there like, no, that's enough. And it just keeps pouring. That's enough. She's like, no, that's good. Just keeps going. And then zooms out and she's the one pouring.
I do remember that one.
That was good.
We'll
Yeah,
share
that
that
is
when we
good.
share this episode. That's good.
That was a
So
good one.
we've taken up a lot of your time already, but I do want to end on asking where people can get your wine.
Yeah. And the name, and give us the address again, the whole boat, please.
Yep. So our winery should be opening soon. So 23 North Huron Street, right across from the main entrance of the Mud Hens. And for those of you who love the Cock and Bull and the Blarney, we're right in between. So you could just roll through with your Dora glass once we do the Dora.
Nice.
And then we're also excited. We are at Monette's on Glendale and their Secor location recently. And Toll House also carries our wine. And every now and then the Standard will, they featured us for a while. And so we're working on getting into some other places. We're Toledo Wine. I feel like we should be everywhere
Hell
in
yeah.
Toledo.
Absolutely. I agree.
House wine, yeah.
And you can order online too, but we like to push. We only have a few varietals online. We like to push people to our partners. And Monette's is amazing, so buy it from them.
That's
Well,
awesome.
It's so nice to chat with you both and get to know about what you're doing. I'm really happy for you, and thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us. We did bring you
Congratulations.
some wine as
Oh,
a
good.
gift.
Thank you.
Unveil it for you.
The big reveal.
Big reveal.
Isn't that a beautiful?
It
It's
is beautiful.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
It took us years to come up with it.
It's important.
I love
yeah,
I
no,
love
it's a
the
tough
look of it.
decision to make. It looks great.
It's like a 3-piece suit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
refined. It's really beautiful.
The logo is great.
It is great.
That's literally what you were saying just seconds ago, Kevin. Had you been involved in the conversation?
I
just on
was.
this side of the
I was
table.
contributing.
And I'll take, as someone in their 5th level of life, I'll take pride in saying that I don't need any glasses to read this. I hate when I
That's
read.
nice.
It's just the
and I
print
can't
is
read
big.
back.
Yeah.
So I made
No,
the
even
print
I can
bigger.
read that.
100%. I could only hear the reminder from the sound. So
Well, thank you very,
Yeah.
very much. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks
Thank you for
being here.
having us.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Kathy and Angel Tucker. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks to our sponsors, Wetro Wealth Management and WorkSpring. For Gretchen DeBacker, Matt Killam, I'm Kevin Mullen. Thanks for listening to another episode of
The 419.
Your employees are the pillars of your business, and HR builds and reinforces those pillars. At WorkSpring, we recognize the importance of a strong, engaged workforce. which is why we support private and public organizations with our customizable HR solutions. Our HR experts can support your team through every part of the employee journey, from their first day to their last. Whether you need assistance developing a process, guidance on streamlining systems, or a helping hand to take over some or all of the associated tasks, we're on your side. Learn more at workspring.org.